bros won't hold my snacks. These bros won't hold my snacks. These bros won't hold my snacks. These bros won't hold. Alright, anyway, what's up, YouTube? CoolStoryBrobat here with the 66 Narrated Pokemon Showdown battle. I just had this joint today. None of that. I had this 2 weeks ago. None of that. I made this team like last week or something, but it was like in the middle of its testing phase, but now I think I'm ready to go full scale with it. Anyway, look, before I give you the rundown, before I even say anything else, I'm going for requirements with this team now. See, there was a twofold story to the whole requirements thing. First, we had to get the requirements on the first ladder without Victini. Now we gotta do it again on the second ladder, this time with Victini in the metagame. Starting off on a fresh account, starting off on a fresh record, UU current. I'm 5-0 with this team so far. Just had this battle today. This is against Sucker4Jessica, the YouTuber. I'm pretty positive this is him. And if it's not, I'm gonna have my mind blown. The reason why I say I'm pretty positive is because when most people try to impersonate a famous YouTuber and they're not actually them, they usually suck. Like, I remember some dude impersonated Xenon 3120 or whatever numbers he had. And the dude, I swept him 6-0 in 2 battles in a row. And I was so excited to upload it, then I thought, this can't be him. This isn't him. Something just told me it wasn't. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Sucker4Jessica. Anyway, and this dude is pretty high up. He's in the 1900s, by the way. So it's a UU battle. This team I just made, let me explain it to y'all. I'm going to try to be as brief as possible. Look, team's built around Dragon Dance Scrafty, Drain Punch, Shed Skin. Offensive Zapdos, 3 attacks, Roost. Why Zapdos? Because he checks every flying type in a tier that would usually ruin Scrafty. Togekiss, Crobat, checks him. Gligar, because of the fact that it checks Scarf Heracross and to an extent Scarf Mienshao if it's not carrying HP Ice. Both of which kind of ruin Scrafty's attempt to sweep and need to be put in check beforehand. So yeah, this guy definitely deals with most fighting types. Chandelure. Before, this thing was a Kingdra, but then I got tired of missing Hydro Pumps. I got tired of getting frozen for 6 turns in a row. I got tired of not doing crap. Like, first was Specs Kingdra, then Rain Dance Kingdra, and now I decided to bust out my original Flame Orb trick, Chandelure. Because I figure I can lure something in, trick it a Flame Orb, and allow Scrafty to set up on it. And it's just a beast in general. And it still deals with it deals with Darmanitan. It checks it by making it harder to switch in. Snorlax here. These bros won't hold my snacks. Offensive leftovers, Snorlax, check special attackers, enough said. Scarf Mienshao because I'm a bum and I'm unoriginal. This dude's team looks pretty solid now. I mean, for team preview, he's got offensive Nidoqueen. Latifa sets up his rocks and whatnot. Raikou, most likely Subsium. I'm going to just go on a whim here. Because Heracross looks like it would be the Scarfer. Kingdra, it could be Specs, it could be Rain Dance, it could be anything, but based on the number of physical and special attackers he has, I would assume this is a Dragon Dance Kingdra set. I would assume it. I'm actually not sure. I forgot. Roserade, he could be offensive Roserade, but it could also be a defensive set that just lays spikes down, and then he could be using Rest Talk Snorlax to shuffle, but at the same time, he could be Choice Band Snorlax just to deal with special attackers. Rest Talk Snorlax has gone down in popularity, so I would not be surprised if this was an offensive one. And that's the one that's more commonly used anyway. Now let's shut up and get into this because I know y'all want to see this. Look, he leads off with his Nidoqueen. I lead off with my these bros won't hold my snacks, and he goes straight to his own Snorlax. I go for the Earthquake on turn 1. No need to predict here. He's got a few ground weaknesses, only one resist. So I switch out to my Sea-Rays, Walls, Gligar, take the Frustration. So now I know he's Choice Banded. Go for the U-turn because I know he's going to switch into something. But the way Roserade took it, I didn't think that it would be a defensive set, but it actually is. And I bring in Big Bird to hit it with a Heat Wave. Because it's defensive, Roserade actually survives the Heat Wave. Otherwise, it would have just gotten wrecked. But anyway, now this is a crazy play here. He brings in the Snorlax on my Zapdos, hits me with a Pursuit as I switch into my Chandelure. I wanted to make him think I was predicting a normal move, but really all I wanted to do was just trick him a Flame Orb. So I tricked him a Flame Orb as he using Pursuit on me, and now it's back on him. It's back on him. So I just launched a Fire Blast off at him. Choice Banded Fire Blast. Really powerful. New meta. So, as his Snorlax is getting whittled down and it's pretty much setup bait, I could have just switched out and brought in Scrafty to set up, but it's too early for that. So, Chandelure and Snorlax die at the same time. I bring in Big Bird again. Not really worrying about it. I switch out, going to Sea-Rays Walls. He misses the Stone Edge, thankfully. That's good for me. He brings in his Nidoqueen as I set up Stealth Rock. There's no better time than now to do it. And I bring Big Bird in again as he sets up his own Stealth Rock. And I go for the heat wave here, kind of YOLOing it. He thought because of the fact I brought in Zapdos on the Stealth Rock that I was going to go for Roost, so he went for the Earth Power. He mispredicted. It's cool because the play did make sense at the time. So he took 50% from the heat wave, he mispredicted, had to switch back out in the Roserade, and then he switches in Heracross and doubles into Kingdra. I figure, you know, since I'm going to die from Stealth Rock anyway, I'm not going to worry about Heracross getting any Moxie boost because of the fact that I'm going to die anyway. No matter what move he locks himself into, I got something to deal with him. And I still got Enjoi in the back, so it's not a problem for me. But anyway, some stuff happens. Yeah, Kingdra died off, but Big Bird killed herself in the process. Nidoqueen comes in. These bros won't hold my Snax. Takes the Earthquake to the face. Hits it with a body slam. And pretty much kills off his Nidoqueen. So now he's got Heracross left. And he's got, and this time I don't do the same thing twice. I try not to do the same thing twice. So I switch in C-Rays Walls. Tank the close combat to the face. And from here, I could U-turn, but I want to keep Gligar healthy because Heracross is a threat. And because I know the fact he has HP Ice, I'm just going to switch straight out, go into Snorlax, die from the Stealth Rock, let him get a substitute up. And I was a little bit worried here because I didn't want to get wrecked. So I bring in Shaq Fu, praying the U-turn breaks his substitute. It does break his substitute. I switch in Slim Thug, my Scrafty, and he goes for substitute again. Makes a pretty decent play here because, yeah, but like I said, I got Shed Skin, so it cures the poison from the Toxic Spikes. He predicts, goes into his Heracross, tanks the Drain Punch to the face, and he's going to expect me to switch out the Gligar. I knew he's going to expect me to switch out the Gligar, so he brings in Raikou, and I just go straight for the Drain Punch. I really didn't even care if Scrafty died because I still had something to revenge kill his Heracross. All I needed was to make sure Raikou did not have his substitute up by the time that Enjoi came back in. That's all I needed to make sure of to clinch this. But he's done now. There's nothing he can do to break Gligar. Fires off 2 close combats, dies to the Earthquake. Good game, Sucker4Jessica. Real good game. Like I said, this dude was at like 1949. I'm 5-0 with this team. I'm coming up with it. And yeah, that was amazing. I mean, the plays, the predictions, everything. Pretty solid game. I'm probably not going to get that lucky again with messing with my opponent's head. But yeah, this is just a quickie on how this team works. You might see another PS live soon. You might not. I don't know. It depends on the circumstances. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and favorite. I am out of here.